How about now? Okay. Should we try? Can people hear me? Because I just muted myself. Good morning. We're off and running here. All right. So this is RateGame Live. You're watching a sports show hosted by yours truly. It's unlike any other sports show going, live sports show going, or sports show for that matter. I think we earn the right to say it's never before been done. Where the show itself, which is hosted by me, but determined by you, the sports fans of the world, rating the games you love to watch. So, what does that mean? How does that look? Very simple. We start things off by answering a simple single question. And that question is this: were the sports good? Hashtag WTSG. So, in the world, we take a snapshot. We look at the games, we look at the ratings, we do a little number crunching, and we arrive at a number out of 10. That number tells us everything we need to know. Last night, the final night of March, 31 days in that month, was a mixed bag, 6.22 out of 10. We had 37 games, over 330 ratings submitted across the field, 4 leagues in action, including Major League Baseball, FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the NHL, and the NBA. On the platform, there was over 613 ratings, which counts towards the next segment, a road to 1 million. And we had a split the difference. So FIFA popped off. Those qualifiers were awesome. We'll get into that. NHL also had a great night, it seems, 10 games there. And then the MLB and NBA, not so much, mid of the pack. So scrolling down and getting into the road here, the road to 1 million, is 2 things, right? So we're looking at the ratings for the last 24 hours and how that adds up to our goal, our little chunk, as we get on our way to that 7-figure number. So looking at our progress to date, because we just crossed over the 200,000 mark milestone, we're 5.4% of the way there. Brick by brick, day by day, rating by rating, on our way to 300,000 and eventually on our way to 1 million. So thank you for rating. Appreciate you. We see you. Sometimes we'll like your rating. Sometimes we'll respond with a GIF.
It's a new feature.
Yeah, GIFs are new. GIFs are new. People are shy on RateGame, so we came out with this new feature. Shout out Joyce, pioneered, really drove that one, and now it's live. So if you see somebody who has a take, don't be shy. Drop a little GIF. GIFs are harmless. Morning, Kuzi. Kuzi, I'm excited for 40 is the new 20 segment. That was inspired by you, so thank you for that. Appreciate the morning text. Kuzi texted me this morning, was like, "Hey, Scherzer." What? Because I think Kuzi was at the game. He was like, he's 44 years old. He had a great start. I was like, it's interesting you say that because LeBron did something, he did something, Ovi did something. So thank you, Kuzi. Anyway, so we have a full show today, and we wanted to get started by, I think, and this is news for. I know. I'm just opening this up. I just want to get this on stage here. So this is news for you. So this is a family-run show, and we bootstrap this, and when sponsors come, we have to hear them out. And so today, we're happy to announce that we've partnered with Pick Prints and their new game. It's called Fruit Fight. So basically, if you sign up today, you can get a free, doing the ad read here. It says sign up today and get a free, a five fruit parfait. So if you download Fruit Fight, you sign up today, get a 5 fruit parfait. This is part of their April Fools. This is part of their April.
Oh my God, it's literally just like, what the hell is this?
Did I get you?
Yes.
Pick Prince.
God.
Pick Prince in Fruit Fight. Isn't that not the most AI thing you've ever seen?
Yes. He got me. Happy April. Happy April Fools.
Happy
everyone.
April Fools.
I walked this morning when we sat down for the show. I was like, Nick, are we gonna do something for April Fools? And he was like, no.
I was like, what are you talking
Sports
about?
fans don't do that.
So sports fans don't do that. We don't do April Fools.
You got me.
I got you good. I knew I'd get you good. I had to hide that from you. All right, how do I get this off now? Nice. Big Prince Fruit Fight. All right, so back to business here, folks, because we do have an actually action-packed show for you today. Starting with the World Cup. And let me get this back on stage now. How do I get this off? Get out of here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so yesterday we had the final round of qualifiers, essentially the playoffs. This was the UEFA, you had the African Conference, and then you had CONBOL, which so that's like a little bit of South Africa. I'm sorry, a little bit of South America. You had Iraq in there. And now we know the 48 teams that are going to be playing in the World Cup this summer. So we had 6 new countries make their way into the group stage, into the pools. And these games were absolutely electric. It was basically like the start of the World Cup. It was almost like World Cup round 1, or like the first 4, if you will, using the March Madness term here. So these are like the last countries to get in. So they were absolutely ecstatic. The scenes from these places were in the streets, partying, flares. This guy that I'll take a look at from the Congo, he just stands for the entire match, an absolute legend. But on the other side, you had the Italians, the heartbreak. You had countries that are not going to be in the World Cup. They have to wait 4 years. If you're the Italians, you are now going on 12 years without a World Cup appearance, a 12-year drought. And this is from a country that has won the World Cup 4 times. So talk about a tale of, I don't know, two centuries, you want to say? Yeah, but even that's like not fair to say, because 2006 is kind of recent when you think about the actual, time scale of the World Cup back to the 1900s. So the Italians, who just made a really and surprise run in the World Baseball Classic, now have to wait another 4 years on top of the 8 that they just waited. And I was thinking back to 2018, when the U.S. didn't qualify. I was absolutely beside myself. I could not believe that we couldn't put together a team that could make the World Cup. I remember the game that we lost was like a rain-soaked mud slop game down in South America somewhere. And we lost like 1-0. We didn't qualify for the World Cup. So I'm with you. I know what it feels like to miss out on this once every 4 years. It's absolutely miserable. It's painstaking. But if anything, it hopefully is a wake-up call, because I know that when we missed it in 2018, that was kind of like a call to arms for our entire soccer program. There was a lot of renewed focus and energy around it. So maybe 3rd time's the charm for Italy. Maybe they won't miss it a 4th time. So back to the winners, back to the ones that are advancing. We had absolute scenes last night, starting with Bosnia, who for the first time in a long time moved on to the World Cup. And I had some scenes here last night. Here we go. Okay, check this out. So this is the streets of Bosnia after they qualified for the World Cup for the first time. it's the first time ever. It's a great question. Look at this though. I remember this is just for qualifying. Like they just made it. They didn't win or anything. Look at this.
No, it's not.
It's not their first time. Okay. Well, if this is any indication, there's a song here that I want to find. I was singing this last night. So catchy. It's called I Am From Bosnia. Take Me to America.
I am from Bosnia. Take me to America. I am from Bosnia. Take me to America. I am from Bosnia. Take me to America.
I love their flares. Look at this guy.
I am from Bosnia. Take me to America.
So hopefully we'll be hearing that this summer. Love the passion. I love the spirit. The pride, folks. The pride of a nation. The pride of a nation. The joy. The excitement. Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that an April Fool's?
No, that's real.
Oh. All right. Sounds like do you want to announce it? Go ahead. There's eight. We got eight people watching.
We made World Cup shirts and hats for RateGame. Nick is wearing a shirt.
This isn't World Cup.
No, but this is just a brand, like a RateGame hat. But then this is a custom World Cup shirt that Nick designed. I thought was really cool. And I was like, we got to share this with everyone on RateGame. So we made some extra and we're going to launch a website. So if you want to get one.
Nice. Coming when?
Coming soon.
Coming soon. All right. Stay tuned for that one. I'm excited. And yeah, so, the pride of a nation, right? This is something that's near and dear to my heart. The World Cup is, I think, the most spectacular, wonderful. Canada, Bosnia. Oh, so they're in your group, Kuzi. That's right. So yeah, so with the conclusion of this, we now know every single group. So we got Turkey. Turkey beat Kosovo. Kosovo is eliminated. Turkey's in our group. Let's see. Czechia is in Group A with Mexico, South Africa, and South Korea. The Congo is in Group K with Portugal, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. And the final spot, Iraq. Iraq ended a 40-year drought. A 40-year drought in the World Cup. They're going to be with France, Senegal, and Norway. So back to the Congo, though, because the Congo was played in a neutral site. And this guy who is known for this homage, or I guess you could call it like it's not a protest because it's just clearly a sign of like fandom. He does this for every game. He stands for the entirety of the game with his hand raised. Yeah. And some of the pictures of this guy look at this picture from Bosnia. How crazy is that? Some of the pictures of this guy. Oh man, look at this. Unbelievable. I know, right? Just gets you emotional. Yes, look at this guy, dude. Look at him, like a statue. Doesn't move for the entire game. Yeah. As like a sign of, he really is. They love him. Look at him. He's dressed to the nines, super dapper. So he was not able to attend last night, but as you saw in that picture, didn't stop him, right? He just went to the street all dressed up.
Wow.
Talk about a picture. That's unbelievable. That's what this is about. So that's what's coming to America. The pride of many nations, all assembling, all for the love of the game. That is what's up. It's going to be a summer to remember. I'm so excited. And we have, let's see, anybody that I forgot? Yeah, I mean, it was 2 penalty shootouts, an extra time winner, One in the 88th. Oh, Sweden. Sweden advanced on a goal in the 88th minute from the lad on Arsenal, Victor. I don't want to butcher his last name, but I think it's Gyökeres punched it home. So shout out him. Big fan of Arsenal. He is taking Sweden to the Netherlands, Japan, and Tunisia. So that's Group F. And we are now all settled. We're strapped in. The next time we will see these countries will be on the start of the World Cup, June 9th. I'm so excited. 71 days away. 71 days away. All right. So that is World Cup. The next thing we want to talk about, the next thing I had teed up for us, and this is again for my guy Kuzi. Thank you for the inspo. The segment is 40 the new 20. So last night in the world of sports, we had a lot of games in action, a lot of folks playing the games. Three guys in particular stood out and were making plays at the ripe old age of 40 and up. So kicking us off, and it's not just like, you know, they played the game and so like we should celebrate them. We had this man right here. 41-year-old LeBron James becomes the most winningest player in NBA history last night. He has won more games than anybody else. 41 years old. So great. I love him. Sorry. I just can't get over him. So that's number one, LeBron, 41. We know you're 23. Dunking the ball like he's 21. Now we have Mr. Alexander Ovechkin. So these are, you know, obviously just not regular guys just playing the game. They're actually making an impact. I know, I got it. You can speak. Okay, sorry.
Top, bring it on around for Chikrin. Down low, Ovechkin. The captain diving Washington back into a 2-goal lead.
So Ovi is 40. He's right on the cusp there. Spring chicken.
Rolls it up top, bring it on around for Chikrin. Down low, Ovechkin. The captain.
What did Ovi do? So he broke his own record. 20th straight season scoring at least 30 goals. The only season he didn't do it was the COVID shortened season. And I think it was 2020 or 2019, whenever they shut down the league, shut down all sports. So shout out Ovi, number 2. And then number 3, we had Mad Max on the mound last night. I think he's the oldest. Yeah. So Mad Max, you got to look at this guy. This guy has always been an inspiration to me because of how much of a psychopath he is. This is an hour before the game. Look at this guy rocking back and forth like he's about to kill somebody.
7 minutes before first pitch, Scherzer is alone in the dugout.
Alone in the
It was
dugout.
like that for several minutes. This is at 6:30 tonight, so 37 minutes before first pitch. Scherzer is alone in the dugout, and it was like that for several minutes.
I love it. And then let's see him on the mound.
Big part of his hip.
Swinging.
Here, and that continues, and Max another big part of his hip.
Watch it move. Oh,
Swinging.
got it.
Here, and that
Blue Jays win. Mad Max still got it. So is 40 the new 20? You betcha. These guys still making an impact. 40 years and up. Gives me a lot of hope at 35 years old. And it makes sense, honestly, with the advancement in sports medicine, technology, whatever you want to call it, just society as a whole. We just have way more knowledge, information. We know how to extend our bodies past what we used to consider our quote unquote prime, which I believe, for a male athlete performance wise is from age 27 to about 33. That's when you hit your physical peak, your physical prime, when you are able to perform at the highest physically. So I think where these guys have bucked that trend is not just, being able to physically compete and add value and perform, but the mental side, like they're actually using their mental excellence and all the things that they've learned over, the 20, 25 years that they've been playing the game to almost make up for the fact that, they're not as physically gifted as they once were, except for, maybe LeBron, man. I don't know. Like that dunk, I think he's making that dunk 10 years ago. I think he's making that same dunk like 15 years ago. It doesn't seem, there are some nights where he gets out on the court and it's like, I cannot believe I'm watching a 41-year-old man play basketball when I can, when it hurts me to like take a nap. I get up from a nap and I'm sore. My back is sore and I'm 35. So he's 6 years older than me. I don't know what to make of that. It's tough. So, all right, 40 to new 20. We are at the end of March. So we're going to wrap the show up with a look back. We're going to take a look back at March. We're just going to do a quick little snapshot of the month that was, because it was an incredible month. So 6.9 out of 7 for an entire month worth of ratings and games. Yeah, 6.95, almost like 7. That's like rounding it up. That's what I was trying to say, but you're right. That's confusing. Yeah. Yeah. So almost like a 7 out of 10 if you're rounding up. Most ratings ever in a month, 38,000. 2,000, over 2,000 people, unique people. In a single day, we set the record. 2,562 ratings in a single day. That was day 2 of round 1, March Madness. 943 total games across 8 leagues. So in the month of March, I don't think we got to now pay attention, because I think we just had an incredible, almost like alignment of the planets, if you will, alignment of the sports, because in March we had the World Baseball Classic, FIFA World Cup qualifiers, college basketball, NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, and the English Premier League. And Major League Soccer. That's all 8. I said that, yeah. I said that. WBC. And women's? Sure. And women's. Women's what? Women's basketball was maybe practicing. Well, women's basketball, they ended their lockout. They didn't enter a lockout. Maybe they had like a lockout for a little bit, but it's over. The Women's Champions League? I don't believe so. It's not a rate game. I mean, the WNBA will be back before you know it. I think it's in May. Most rated game. We also set the record here. We just smashed our own records. So the top rated game actually came to us from college basketball, not March Madness. This was actually in tournament conference play. It was the buzzer beater from Arizona when Burries hit that fadeaway. That got a 9-7. Most rated game was Santa Clara and Kentucky, and that is just a symptom of it being early in the tournament. If UConn Duke happens in round 1 or 2, then I think that's the number 1 rated game by far. And then the worst rated game, we had that round 1 absolute beatdown. I've never seen a game this low with this many ratings. 115 ratings for a game that's a 1-4-2. That is a certified stinker, folks. That is like all-time bad. And I think they blew them out by like 40 or 50 points. So it totally makes sense. I feel for the Panthers because they were part of the first 4 and they just come off their first program win. So to come into the tournament feeling, riding that high and then to just get absolutely chopped down by the Gators. Sportsmen, unforgiving. So let's see here. Looking across the table, we got, who was the top league? We had the NHL. Wow. NHL was the highest rated league. Oh, yeah. That's professional women's hockey. Yeah. look, the story and the what I always tell anybody who ever asks for a league period is first and foremost, we got to have like the groundswell. We got to have like people that are actually going to rate it. And then most importantly is the data provider that we use has to actually give us the data and like the live scores for the league in question. So a lot of times folks, especially now, are like, when are you going to get college baseball? College baseball is like a huge request. As soon as sports data has college baseball live scores, which is, hard to do. I don't think that there's people here at these games like tabulating the scores and then piping them into an API. More than happy to look at it. I promise you, as soon as I know, you'll know. All right. So anything else that is interesting here? Top 10. Yeah. By and large, it's all March Madness. Top 10 rated in terms of highest, and then top 10 in terms of volume. So what you're looking at here is both. It's kind of like the intersection of all of them. Green, 10 for 10. Hall of Shame. Anything that stands out? Yeah, also all over 100, all first round March Madness. Actually, you know what? The Texas Tech and Alabama was not. I think that was second round. But yeah, all disappointment, all blowouts, no surprises there. That was our look back at March. All right. Producers giving me the high sign. Today is a great day to rate some games, folks. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Nick Mark George. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, and every day going forward. See you then.